What is up YouTube? In today's video, we're going to be talking about Nio, its stock price movement, and some huge news when it comes to their potential production numbers. So first, let's talk about Nio stock. Now, before we talk about it, I just want to let you know the business performance doesn't always correlate to the stock price, but over the long term, it tends to do so. So let's say a company like Nio is doing great numbers and record numbers month over month, it doesn't always mean the stock price will go up. However, if they continue to do this over a long period of time, over the long term, the stock price will go up. So now let's talk about Nio's stock movement over the past month. So from the November highs, Nio stock hasn't moved much and it's actually down since then. And during this period, the stock did break 60 multiple times, but again, it came back down to the 50s, and for the most part, it has been trading sideways. But what you have to understand is even though Nio hasn't performed exceptional over the past 3 months, it is actually up over 1000% over the past year. So it definitely is trading at a premium, and people who are buying this stock aren't buying it based on what it's doing today or what it'll do next year, but they're buying it based on what it could do in 3 to 5 years from now. So because Nio is trading at a premium of a price to sales of 30, it will be subject to volatility, and during sell-offs, Nio might drop more than the rest of the market. And because looking at Nio's numbers just today, its valuation does seem high, investors will be more prone to selling this stock than any other stock during a sell-off. And for those guys who bought Nio recently and are frustrated with the price movement, don't be, because Nio isn't one of those short-term hold and flip. They are a long-term hold. Now, there's nothing wrong in looking for short-term flips, and if you are interested in that, maybe look at SPACs, but Nio is not a short-term flip. They are a long-term hold, as we don't know whether the stock could either go down for 10 straight days, it could go up for 10 straight days, or it could trade sideways. Now, there are potential catalysts for Nio, like their earnings report, which is coming on March 1st. However, if you do buy Nio stock, do expect to hold it for 2 to 3 years, and when it does dip, just plan on buying more or just holding. And now let's talk about the production numbers. So currently Nio is using one plant, and this one plant isn't actually owned by them, it's owned by JAC Motors. So basically the building, it belongs to JAC Motors, but the management and everything else is Nio's. So with this one plant, looking at the past 2 months, they've been producing around 7,200 vehicles. They might be able to push it to 7,500 or 8,000 vehicles per month, but this might happen at the end of 2021. And eventually they may be able to increase their capacity even more in 2022 and 2023. And some sources are actually saying Nio can push this to 15,000 vehicles per month, but that'll take a very long time to do. So a realistic goal for me is in 2022 they might be able to hit 10,000, and I think that's being kind of optimistic. And again, they are in another joint venture with JAC Motors to build a second plant. And this plant will probably be over in the next 8 to 12 months, but don't expect them to ramp up to full capacity right away. It'll take them some time, so maybe they might do 2,000 vehicles the first month, and from there they'll just increase it. And between these two plants, it is expected for them to produce 300,000 vehicles per year, but don't expect them to push this number right away. It will take a couple of years. So between these two plants alone, we're expecting production levels of 300,000 cars per year, and being conservative, I expect this to happen within the next 4 to 5 years. And we also got news that Nio and the Hefei government is building an EV industrial park. And this park will integrate electric vehicle research and development, manufacturing, pilot demonstration, and industrial support services. Now, the reason for this EV park is because they want to support the transition into electric vehicles, and the Hefei government wants the city to become the hub for EV production. And according to some sources, this park could potentially produce 300,000 vehicles per year. And remember, this is a joint venture between Nio and the Hefei government, so there is a very high chance that Nio will also be producing its cars in this park. Now, whether Nio will be the only EV company producing is the question. There are rumors that Volkswagen or other companies will be producing in this park as well. But right now, based on the strong relationship between Nio and the Hefei government, I'm assuming Nio will at least produce 100,000 vehicles eventually per year at this park. And so that means we're looking at Nio potentially producing up to 400,000 or even more vehicles per year in the next 3 to 5 years, and that is being very conservative. And plus, adding to the fact that Nio will probably have a plant in one of the European countries, so Norway, Netherlands, or Germany, we're looking at some really good numbers for Nio in the next 3 to 5 years. So I'm still very bullish on this company long term. This is one of my long term holds, so I wouldn't be mad if the stock drops 20%. I'll just be adding more, and right now I'm just taking profits of CCIV and buying Nio with that. You guys can run numbers yourself and see where Nio can be 3 to 5 years. Remember, they also have battery as a service and many other solutions as well. Let me know what price target you have for Nio in 2023. And with that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, please do leave a like and subscribe. Also comment down below what videos you'd like to see, and thank you for watching.